Hey, what's up? So I forgot to film this morning. I'm not gonna lie to you all. Sorry. This is 2-1, week 2, day 1. It is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so we are on a holiday. Um, didn't really do a whole lot this morning. I got woke up, kind of hung out with my dogs, just kind of enjoyed a little bit of 3-day weekend. Worked a little bit on some stuff for this week moving forward. Hopefully we'll kind of see what's going on. It looks like we're going to stay virtual again this week. I think one of my biggest struggles from week 1, which you will have seen in the recap for last week's episode, is just being able to reach out and contact students. So the district that I'm working in uses Google Classroom, but doesn't use an associated Gmail account. So there's no way for me to email students individually through the actual Gmail account or through the actual Google Classroom like there would be if we just had integrated Google Suites throughout. But it wasn't too bad. So we're going to go into this week, try to stay positive. And, I know the COVID thing is just not really fun. We're not really getting to do a whole lot with my actual 8th grade PE classes. We're mainly focused on our 6th grade health classes. They have decided that instead of me doing an elementary placement, that I'm going to be doing Monday through Thursday with my 6th grade first placement for 35 days, and then Monday through Thursday with my high school placement for 35 days. And every Friday, starting this Friday, I will do a NTI elementary based format. That way we can kind of still focus on getting me an elementary rotation. There was an issue with getting elementary placement here at the district that I'm working in. But it's going to work out. I'm excited about it. I've done most of my hours already that I have done been with elementary. The time that I was with a private school in Southwest Florida was at an elementary or an elementary setting. It was actually K through 12, but I mainly worked with elementary setting. So it's going. I'm excited. Second week's here. We're at the gym now. I'm going to go work out. Try to enjoy this Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Hope everybody's having a great day, and we will check in with you all tomorrow for, I guess, the official week 2, day 1, but week 2, day 2 going in. All right, we'll see y'all then. Peace. Good morning. We are week 2, day 2. Yesterday was kind of nice. We had a 3-day weekend, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Everything's kind of calm today. We're in the classroom. I'm doing some recording for some of our lessons. We are currently doing a second step lesson. I'll put a link to this up here on the screen. But we're basically doing a lesson this week. Last week we talked about the effects of cyberbullying and how to respond to it. And then this week we're talking about the difference between a bystander and an upstander, trying to work with the kids on basically ways they can deal with bullying. Unfortunately, we can't really get in a gym, can't really get in a classroom right now, so we're doing the best we can. So we've got some scenarios we've worked out for them. They're gonna read over these scenarios and try to figure these things out. I thought this was a good little opportunity to kind of do a little backpack for you all and kind of give you an idea of what we've got in our backpack. So I'm gonna switch the camera angle up a little bit and grab the bag, and we'll kind of go through that, okay? So give me 1 second, and here we go. Okay, here we go. So let's go. First things first, we've got the MacBook Pro. MacBook Pro. This thing is a tank. It has been through a lot of, I'm not very good with equipment. I'm pretty rough on things. My wife will tell you that. Second thing we keep in there that I felt like was super important was a clipboard. I use this whenever I worked in EMS. They were super valuable to me. I just keep student activity log. I keep a curriculum map in here. I typically keep our unit that we're working on currently, and then just some sticky notes. Because you can never, have enough place to jot down notes. But I found this one on Amazon. I like it because it has a little pinhole there, so you could actually I could hang a nail up in the classroom. Hang this up. It's good to go. Next thing that I have in here will be just a spiral notebook. I keep. It's just a 5-star. It's got the little dividers. I just keep this for general paper usage if we need something. The most important thing that I have in my life is a planner, right? Okay, so I was not much of a planner user until I met my wife, and she's a big planner user. She's a big Lily Pulitzer fan, loves her Lily Pulitzer planners and all that jazz. I bought an hourly planner. So as you can see here, this has each day, marked down by the hour. I find that super important, just because, you know, my schedule is 8:15 to 9:15 is first, 9:20 to 10:20 is second, right? So it's nice to be able to have those hourly planners that drop down for that. I keep a rain jacket inside of my backpack. I have some hand sanitizer, D-clip there. I've got my laptop charger. I typically keep in this. I keep a secondary lanyard with a whistle, just in case I forget this one, just because you never know. I also have an additional whistle in there. We're not in the gym right now, but it's just kind of, you know, the Coach P may need a reason for it. I also have a handful of extra masks that I keep, just blank surgical masks. I have my nice cloth one, but I tend to keep these just in case I lose that one in the middle of the day. And then we have a pretty big plethora of pens. Obviously, just like any other teacher, I've got every color expo underneath the sun. And that's pretty much it for the most part. You know, it's the big thing is really just my laptop and my clipboard. As long as I can have those two things, I'm in pretty good shape. So story for the rest of the day, we are going to finish up some filming. I'm actually heading down to the gym right now to get our PE lesson wrapped up. I'm gonna change clothes, gonna film out a PE lesson down there, and then we will be moving on to grab some lunch and go to the gym. Probably call it a day. It's 11:52 now. We finished up most of our stuff for the day. I'm gonna get on Google Classroom, reply back to some students, make sure everybody's doing well with that for the lesson for this week, and we'll check in with you all probably today when we go to the gym. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow in the morning. Week 2, day 2. Boom. Good afternoon, folks. That'll be the end of week 2, day 2. We are home for the day. We just got home. We are letting the old pups out here. Mishka, where's Walter? Walt, come here, bub. There's my boys Mishka and Walter there. But yeah, so we are done with day 2. We are home. We finished up our lesson for the week. It's going to go out tomorrow. You'll see a little bit of snippet of that here in a little bit. But yeah, that's going out tomorrow. We got that finished up recording, did some work with some of our students. Did a little bit of a discussion on our precursor for the week and got all of that finished up, and we are home. Gonna relax the boys for a second and then head to the gym. We'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. Bye. Hey, good morning. So we are week 2, day 3, and it's Wednesday. We had a big announcement yesterday. We are moving to complete in person on Monday. So how we're going to be doing that is we'll have a Monday morning period that will be our normal classes. So we'll have basically the district I'm in is red, white. They're the Cardinals. So we'll have Monday, Wednesday will be the red version of those classes. So for instance, we'll break up our first period health and second period health will be broke up into two subcategories, red version and a white version. The group of students from the red portion of that class will come to school on Monday and Wednesday. The white portion of that class will come to school on Tuesday and Thursday, and then Friday will just completely be virtual like we talked about before. So today we are doing a little bit of game planning here. Our agenda next week looks like, with it being the fact that we have not had these students in our classroom, so we only get 6 weeks. So since we've been virtual, we've not actually had any time with these students in our classroom. So the first thing we're gonna have to do is get them in here, go over fire drills, go over earthquake drills, go over active shooter drills. All of that stuff will take up probably the majority of that first lesson I'm gonna get with them. So we'll do that, and then I thought whatever's extra, we'll do a little intro, just kind of introduce myself to them, tell a little bit about me, answer any questions they have for me, and then we'll do a little bit of physical activity on Monday and Tuesday. Because like I said, I gotta do these. Every one of these lessons are gonna be taught double. I'm only gonna get to teach 2 lessons a week compared to 5. So we're gonna have to kind of jam content in as best as we can, because we still only have 6 weeks with each student. So then going into the week after next, so next week we'll do the first lesson, which will be the drills and stuff with them on Monday morning and Tuesday morning and afternoon. And then Wednesday, we are going to do a tobacco, drugs, and alcohol lesson. With them, we have, what are they, 1 hour classes it looks like. So I'm gonna look at doing a couple different lesson ideas with them. I have a really cool lesson that I had watched before, and actually I was part of when I was in school, that you take a vacuum pump, a lot of cigarettes to it, watch it, and see how it does with the cotton balls. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing that because I don't have the equipment set up, nor is it too cold outside for me to do anything like that outside. But I found a great YouTube video on it. It'll be good. I'll link that in the description below for anybody that's interested in it. But yeah, it's our game plan. So I'm gonna do some stuff. I'm gonna do some classroom stuff, get on here and respond to some of these students, and then we'll work on a NTI meeting, or sorry, we have a all majors meeting at school that starts at 12 o'clock. So I got about 30 minutes till that starts. So we'll do a little work and then do that meeting, and we'll check in with you guys after a while. You all be safe, okay? Hey y'all, so that's gonna wrap up our Zoom. We're gonna finish up a couple things here with Google Classroom. It's getting pretty close to lunchtime. I'm gonna go eat some lunch, and then we will check back in with you this afternoon before we go to the gym, or maybe tomorrow in the morning. Tomorrow's Thursday, kind of another day like we're doing. We have to move this classroom into our gym. That'll be someday this week. And then last but not least, we do have a faculty meeting Friday. I'm gonna try to take you guys along for that. I don't know if I'll be able to or not though. But we'll check back in with you guys then. Thank you all for hanging out. We'll see y'all soon. Peace. Good afternoon. So we are finishing up here with week 2, day 3. So we are, is that right? Yeah, week 2, day 3. Sorry, Martin Luther King Jr. Day is throwing me for a little bit of a loop. So we're trying to get an idea about what we're doing here. So we've got a general game plan of how we want to set our gym up. We are gonna have 16 students per classroom. As you can see, we're gonna go with row C here. So that's where we're gonna be posting most of our students. So we will do most of our seating here. We're gonna seat 4 kids per row, and then we're gonna go up every 2 rows with students. So that'll give us 16 rows all the way up. They're gonna allow us to play basketball. We can have small groups, so they can't leave those groups. Once you're in those groups, you gotta stay in those groups. Same thing with volleyball. So we're gonna split the gym with one side playing basketball and one side playing volleyball when they get to their PE portion of the health class. So the other thing we'll do is for my kids that are not interested in playing volleyball or shooting basketball while they're down here, we're gonna set it up where they can walk. So they can just use the walking track as long as they're up moving. With COVID being like it is, or having to wear a mask, I'm trying to be a little bit more lenient about how we have everybody and how much of a push we're pushing for people to have access to doing cardiovascular stuff during PE. We want to get these kids up and moving though. We want to get their heart rate up. We want to give them some type of physical activity to be doing. And we were just clearing out our last day. We got our whiteboard up, tested a little bit of our projection system just to make sure it looks good and we can make sure it's going to work. We're actually going to be projecting on a side wall, the one behind me here. So they're going to have to kind of look at an angle, but it's kind of the best we can do. Or I'm going to project onto the board. We're trying to figure that out. But got in here, got rules and expectations set up, got everything kind of mapped out. Obviously, everything will change between now and the day we start school on Monday. But that's kind of how life is, right? You take things with the punches and kind of roll and do what you can. We are going to get some stuff set up here and get to work though, and we'll check in with you guys tomorrow for Thursday, 2 days before we go back to in-person teaching. We'll see y'all then. Thanks for hanging out. Morning, folks. It is Friday. We are getting ready. Come on, boys, let's go outside. We are walking out the door here to let the boys out, and then we are headed to school. We are Friday before our first official full weeks of classes start on Monday. We are going to be, hey boys, go outside. We are going to be doing a little staff meeting this morning at 9 a.m. and that's pretty much all I know as of right now. I know we're going to be setting up the gym and just finalizing everything in there, making sure everything's good to go. I'm going to let the dogs out, get on the road, and I will probably check back in with you all either before or after the staff meeting, okay? We'll see y'all soon. Good afternoon, folks. We are walking out Friday. Man, it's refreshing. Kind of warm out today too. So that is the end of week 2, day 5. So we are prepped, everything ready. We have kids coming at 7:30 Monday morning. So we just finished up getting our lunch schedules. They have assigned seating for lunches. We'll have obligational lunch duties during 4th period. We'll have 6th grade health, 1st and 2nd health and PE, and then we have 8th grade health and PE for 5th and 6th. But yeah, so we just finished up here. We're gonna go home this weekend. I've got plans to go down to my hometown to visit my niece. It's her birthday this week, so we're gonna go down and eat dinner with her and do a little shopping while we're down there with the wife and kind of hang out. But yeah, so pretty interesting morning. We did the faculty meeting, which was kind of cool to sit through. I wouldn't necessarily say it was a faculty meeting. My mom's a teacher, and I don't think those are the same things that she's often talked about. But the faculty meeting we sat through was really good. Pretty informative. They talked about the game plan for COVID and how they're gonna handle and deal with the kids coming back to school this week, and that seems interesting. And oops, sorry about that. Seems like it's gonna be a challenge, but I don't know that it's anything we obviously can't get through. What else did we do? We got stations set up. So my game plan is basically I'm gonna have an hour for integrated health and PE. So the goal is to try to take each hour, do a 30-minute lesson of health and a 30-minute lesson of PE. Due to the fact that we have cleanup pre and post, we'll have to make sure that we kind of keep those limits as close as we can to where they need to be, just so that we can get adequate time doing both. So we're going to start next week. We're going to start our smoking, drugs and alcohol section. So we've got a little PowerPoint designed. We only get our students for 2 lessons a week. So our first day in, since it's their first day in the gym, first day we've had them in the classroom, it's their first day with us, 'cause we have 6-week rotating schedules for our health and PE classes here. The students have got to go over the fire drills, tornado drills, just that general administrative stuff, and then we will move over into the actual health and PE side of things. I'm going to do an introduction lesson on Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday we'll do an actual lesson on smoking. But I'm hoping to capture some of that, and we'll put that in the vlog next week. But yeah, overall this week has been kind of fun. We had a meeting with our our professor from KSU. We had a meeting with her twice this week. Seems to be a lot of concerns about people and what they're doing for COVID and what you're doing in classes and how you're doing stuff. And it's kind of frustrating as a student, because, you know, it's like we want to be here to student teach, right? Like, I would rather be in a classroom. I'd rather be doing all sorts of things. But unfortunately with COVID, we're only able to do what we can do. And I think part of that is a positive and a negative, right? The positive is that we'll go through COVID and we'll get through this and we'll be done with student teaching. And, you know, it'll be a thing like, well, at least they know how to do those things. They know how to deal with Google Classroom. We know how to integrate technology. We know how to deal with students virtually. We understand those concepts because it's all we've done. We've not done anything else. I mean, outside of 35 contact hours or 36 contact hours in a regular classroom, I've not been in a regular classroom outside of my time working at Seacrest and after school. But overall, I think it's going to be good. I think COVID it's definitely not a good thing, but it's a good learning and training experience that we hopefully deal with for the least amount of time as possible, and then we can go back to the real world. So that's everything, though. Thank you all for hanging out with us this week. We will check back with you all next week for week 3, day 1 in our first day with students. You all be safe, enjoy your weekend, and as always, stay moving forward. Bye.